Gratitude and inspiration. Toriko chapter 263, y'all. Now, this chapter came out today. Let me tell y'all. What a way to finish off an arc. What a way to finish off part one of Toriko, right? Yeah, Toriko. Do y'all really understand why I read this manga? Do you really understand the storytelling? You understand the character development? Do you understand the world building? Do I really need to go into why I read Toriko? This chapter, although I will already say it wasn't a perfect chapter, is another prime example of why I read this manga. The way Mitsutoshi and whoever, if anybody else helps him, story. Yeah, I wasn't gonna start this video off like this, but it needs to be said. Toriko is such an underrated manga as far as in just storytelling goes. Not let alone anything else. Not let alone the concept, the world building, the character development, the characterization, the unique qualities of the story, the whole central themes, and some of them aren't too unique, but I mean seriously, all that need to be said, because let's just go, man. Toriko, well, actually before that, we start off with the end of last week's chapter, and I will say this, man, because I was watching King of Light News review last week, right, on Toriko. And what's with all the thoughts about that? What Komatsu did was gay. I didn't take it as gay at all. What he did was not homosexual in any means. He's simply it's kind of a form of hero worship, idolization. Now, right or wrong with idolization, that's what people do. Okay, Toriko, he's been through a lot with Toriko. He's seen, remember how he was introduced to Toriko in chapter 1 or so. I believe it was chapter 1, right? He was starstruck. He's his hero, even though he's a chef, the Bishokuyo. And then we saw why. You saw it. And people say, oh, Komatsu's kid is childish a bit. I say he's like a kid brother, the youngest brother of the 4 heavenly kings, if you want to go family relationship wise. But some want to say like the son of Toriko. Man, there's so much crazy nonsense. People don't think. Well, am I really surprised? I've often talked about the nonsense of YouTube anime manga community, but that's neither here nor there in this video. What it is Komatsu, his idol is the greatest Bishokuya in the world, Toriko-san. And Midori went from eyes just, his normal calm to Toriko. Did y'all see his eyes just blink out? So what's going on in Midori's head? Midori, man, he's one of those characters who seem like, exterior, he would seem to be the kind of brawn nut, the less thoughtful of the 3 disciples of Acacia. But it's arguable to say he's the most thoughtful. Now, all of them, Ichirayu, you can say he's the smartest. Jiro, it's how to describe Jiro. Jiro, you could say he's probably the wisest, just being real. And with Midori, he's the probably the deepest thinker. And although all those kind of interchangeable, you can really break it down and to see their interactions in their psyche that's been portrayed by Mitsutoshi. He's done very well to separate the mind of a great thinker, just being real. And anyways, so Midori, his eyes go, I don't know, kind of on some stone, blinked out. I don't know, man. But I thought that was interesting. Anyway, we switch over to Toriko, and I'm seeing this dude slim. Does anybody notice how ever since the Cooking Island arc, this whole arc he's been slimmed down? Seriously, because y'all know how Toriko's usually big, but he's slimmed down and he hasn't eaten, but he's still good. He even notices, I'm still not hungry, because he goes to this one town or returns to a former town. I'm trying to remember. Is it the one town with the gourmet towers where they used to be? Where the 1mm chef was. I don't know, but that's what it reminded me of. Anyways, and he sees all these kids, and then these different individuals, about 5 different individuals. This kid was like, this is the food Toriko. Everybody kept saying this is the food Toriko because Toriko's still down and depressed. And look, some people don't understand this, and they're like, "Oh, why didn't Toriko cry over Ichirai and stuff?" He did respond, but people look. If you've been through depression, you understand Toriko's mindset, at least relatively. You understand it. So, anyways, so there's one kid. He's talking about, I'm so happy this is the two food Toriko found. And this girl, she comes out and says, I wasn't even going to school, but they started serving this food that Toriko, it was a mochi. The other dude was a type of fish. But this is what Toriko found. You got dudes like, this what was it? Tiger pig or something like that. And he's like, it's great with with beer, brew, and I eat it after work. Thanks, Toriko. Then you had this mom come out and said her kid had, and he was allergic to pretty much everything, and he had to be intravenously fed until Toriko found this certain was it an egg she had? I'm trying to remember all the ingredients, but a certain food Toriko found, and she was crying. And then all these dudes were swimming like on some Rocky status. Y'all know how, I think it was the first Rocky 1, how all the kids in Philly kind of came, but everybody's surrounding them and they're saying thanks Toriko. So then you name all these ingredients, and it reminds us back to the beginning. Yeah, Toriko found, like, was it 300? I forget how many species. Was it 300,000 species? 600? Like, so many species. And they even stated, you found the most species out of any Bishokyu. You are the greatest. And this is why Komatsu said it. They all view it. He's the most charismatic Bishokyu in the Gourmet Age, and you are the greatest Bishokyu in the world. It's not based on powers wise, it's what he's attributed. And when that kid started, and I ain't gonna lie, at this point a couple tears started forming my eye. When that kid said, like, Toriko, please cheer up, they were saying it and were crying. Then Toriko was tears. That was some real stuff right there. That was some real. And you see my thumbnail where, it's Toriko's like in his purpose, and he's like, what I've done actually mattered. Pretty much the concept of what I've done has actually mattered, because I've been there, done that. Can definitely relate to Toriko, where you're questioning what you've done, your whole purpose in life, and a lot of things. I haven't contributed to the world as much as Toriko, but if you've been there, you can understand the concept. It's a mature concept. And look, let's get real. People get it twisted. This is why I don't watch anime, because Toriko is actually quite one of the most mature protagonists. It's not just because of his age, he's 25, 26. It's because of his mindset and the severity and the seriousness. Even though it's a bunch of funny stuff, as we see later on, like, people need to realize how serious he on that life and death status kind of stuff. I mean, this dude has lost limbs. People have been killed straight up. Just saying. This is Toriko. It's Toriko. That's my hashtag for a lot of YouTube this year. Anyways, so Toriko, he gets his dream, and they talked about dreams, and he gets his dream back. He's like, oh yeah, my whole lifetime full course, I'm going gathering with Komatsu, and now he's stoked. He's got his purpose back, he's got his mojo and his hunger back and everything. He's ready to go now. That's what I'm talking about. They picked him up. It was the kids, but I mean, even inspiration, gratitude, the refocus of Toriko was huge in this first part of the chapter, because it was really a 2-part chapter. It was huge. It was massive. It was just great to see. Great character development, great characterization. It was great to see. This whole scene was great to see on somebody. And I caught something. Rin. I can't blame her for even crying. At first I'm like, but I'm like, I can't blame her for crying, because I had a couple tears. I mean, that was an emotional scene. One, the most tear, most emotional. But understanding the whole severity, the whole magnitude of this scene, and how it actually didn't relate to me. It was good. It was very well done. I gave mad props to Mr. Toshi. But I do gotta say, Mr. Toshi, make Ren's hair longer. Like, I don't mind females having short hair or anything like that, but the way it is, it just, the fact is, I personally like how Toriko's new clothing. I like his more skinnier nature, and I do like his longer hair. It seems he got a little bit longer, but please, Ren, new shades, longer hair, please. Mr. Toshi, really, come on. Let's go with some gourmet stuff and get this girl's hair longer. Just saying. But anyways, to part 2. Toriko Gourmet War. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. And yo, Gourmet War, he hits the Gourmet War with a bang, bro. He sends this flying fork. This thing just goes sailing. Dude, these capture levels of these creatures, though. Yo, man. Okay. This was actually a 3-part chapter, but it was 2 main parts in that little beginning first page with Komatsu. But yo, King Lightning was right in predicting. I'm pretty sure pretty folks predicted over 1,000. You know, I thought it would be. I didn't know how high the capture level was, but I'm gonna save my thoughts on the capture level of the Blue Nitro for a bit, because y'all, these capture levels of these species, flying fork, and he congratulated, because you remember, because he went from the same spot he went before, right? He's bounced down. He got a smile on his face. He's obviously not affected. He sends his flying fork to this. I got them all written down because it was 7 creatures. I want to get y'all to catch these capture levels. Now the first one we seen more in Midori Ichiryu when they had 400, 500, 600, level capture levels. But you had this breath dragon at the entrance to the Gourmet World, 219. He flying fork, gone. He's bowed down. He's bowed backwards. You got this Wing Grizzly capture level 536. Now I knew Toriko was coming strong after this, but y'all, this dude 536 is bound down backwards to Toriko with just a flying foot. This not even funny, y'all. This ain't even funny, dog. Then that flying foot bounces off. The most, at that point, I would say that this creature was the most badass creature beast we've seen in Toriko. It was the Stronghold Rhino with a 972 capture level. A 972. I love that thing. The whole shell. It had freaking a metal cannon. It was a fortress. This Stronghold Rhino was straight badass. It was looking badass. And then at first I'm like, did it catch it? No. It didn't catch it. This thunderous devil. Okay. The breath dragon was a mammal beast, if I'm not mistaken. The winged grizzly was a mammal beast. The stronghold rhino was a hard shell beast. This thunderous devil was a demon beast. Now we've seen a demon beast. 1160 capture level. A capture level of 1,160, ladies and gentlemen. And that thing was gigantic. I mean, that thing was monstrous. But it's not done. We're not done. Get smashed, but it's monstrous. I mean, this thing is huge. Like, yo, the Gourmet was some freaking huge creature. And it was let me get this right. Fiska Dalton Fount. It was this octopus trunked elephant thing, okay? It would a capture level of 2,650, 2650. Are you kidding me? Then we see in the sky this flying death creature of flying death. And that Fiska, I think that was a mammal beast if I'm not mistaken as well. Y'all see I'm stoked because this is that next level stuff. Simply, this was next level. The flying creature, 4-wing. This thing, not as badass, but it's right up there with the stronghold rhino. The Ashura Saurus. It was a demon beast, some dinosaur kind of thing, right? 4220 capture level. 4,220. Now that's not even making any sense. But then we see in the distance a creature looking. Yo. I saw the first part, then I saw the second part. I read that. And I was like, what the? I was started mouthing that like 10, 12 times, a dozen times, ladies and gentlemen. I was in awe. I stood in awe over at least a minute or two of this. One of the king beasts. One of the 8 kings. On some freaking One Piece status. Kind of. Sort of. One of the 8 kings. Battle Wolf. Now this definitely is the most badass creature we have seen in Toriko, hands down. Even beats out Stronghold Rhino, even beats out any of them you can think of, Jacob. Battle Wolf. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? With a capture level of 6,090. It's over. Over 6,090. Do y'all understand? With Terry, Terry easily has got to be over 1,000 now. Like 6,000. Did y'all see how bad it was scarred up? And I noticed this. The Breath Dragon scarred up from battles. You looked at the Fiscadella Funk thing, scarred up. Dude, the Battle Wolf, just massive. What you can see gourmet cells, the hair is just flowing and long. Yo, on some Midora status, like on some bigger than Sunny status. This thing was huge. This thing scarred up. This thing was just killer. Like, I cannot wait to see the other King Bee speech. Oh my goodness. Does that mean Toriko's gonna meet the Battle Wolf? One of the ancient. So overall, I mean, I gotta say this before I get my grade and everything, right? This means that the Blue Nitro, or at least capture level of 10,000, if not 20. We don't know at this point. We don't know. And although the Battle Wolf is like the creme de la creme, I don't think the capture level, I don't think it's the strongest of the 8 Kings. We've only seen the Battle Wolf, or know of the Battle Wolf, the roaring dragon thing, you know, with the tooth that Komatsu has, you know, with it on his milk knife. We seen the King Crow species, you know, Coco's pet. And I cannot remember. I can't believe. Not Quinn, because Quinn is the mother. That's another Quinn, the mother snake, Sonny's pet. And we seen those. And then there's like 4 others. Toriko, man. To the next level. Now we're going to the Gourmet World. Gourmet World art. That's what I'm talking about. And apparently, Fu never confirmed it. Because I was kidding. Because it said we're on a break. So it's like a 1 month break. Toriko, way to end this. 25-page. Y'all, if you are not into Toriko, you better damn well read this manga. I don't care about the anime, because the anime is absolute trash compared to the manga. Not even knocking it. If you watch the anime, cool. But Toriko, man. It's Toriko. It's Toriko. So overall, before I just go off, because I ain't even planning on this video being this long, but yeah. 9.5 out of 10. It was an amazing chapter of Toriko. The only reason it didn't get perfect is because it was relative limited plot progression. It was a lot of story, you know, overall story. I mean, come on, these capsules are ridiculous, bro. Come on, man. I mean, yo, it just was progressive like the Stronghold Rhino, strongest thing we've seen. Easily beat Medora's pet, and we wonder what. No wonder Medora had some freaking pets. 600 cap. One pet was a 600 capture level. This is insane. And look, you can say what you want. Now, I don't agree with a lot of people. People saying, Toriko and the rest of these Toriko top tier, you know, the Toriko top tiers can blow away all these other. No, I don't agree with that. No, One Piece and they're on DBZ set. No, they're not. They're not on planetary stat shit. But yeah, eventually, yeah, I could definitely like. This is just too much. Mitsutoshi, you have outdone yourself. Mad props, man. I gotta congratulate you, bro. Gotta congratulate you. Muy excelente. So the unexpected one, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Toriko for the win. All day, every day, bro. This is why this is my 4th favorite manga as of yet. This is why. It may break in the top 3 soon. If it keeps going like this. It just may. Alright, y'all. Till next time. Peace. And please read Toriko. Period. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night.